Welcome to Headline Hunting. I'm your host, Joe Ferraro, and joining me from another one of those MMA junkie mansions is John Morgan in Las Vegas. John, first things first, TJ Dillashaw officially leaves Team Alpha Male, makes his way over to Colorado. I mean, your thoughts on this? I mean, was it an eventuality here?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's definitely a little bit surprising to hear that he's leaving the camp entirely at Team Alpha Male, but not shocking. We knew about kind of the rifts that had happened there. Of course, TJ Dillashaw has found a lot of success training under Dwayne Bang Ludwig, and obviously Dwayne has moved out there to Colorado, and I think this kind of was an eventuality. But, good on TJ Dillashaw. It sounds like he's getting a little bit of a paycheck to train out there in Colorado as well, so you can't fault him for that. And I think he just felt close to Bang Ludwig and felt like that was the real key to success. Again, a little bit surprising that he's leaving Team Alpha Male entirely, but hey, certainly kudos to the champ.
It seems the second domino that falls from that, people are already questioning the situation. Will this potentially lead to a bout with Uriah Faber?
I think it will, to be honest with you, Joe. And to be honest, I always thought they were going to fight anyway. I heard some people say, oh, they won't fight because they're teammates, but I never got that impression from either TJ or Uriah. Certainly didn't think it was a huge priority for them to make that fight, but I always got the impression that they were open to fighting each other. Now that they're not training in the same gym, there's really no barriers at all. And honestly, it's a fight that kind of makes sense in the bantamweight division. Just the way that division has played out over the last couple of years, it's kind of become stagnant. And there's a lot of great talent, but with the injuries that have kind of loomed over the division, with Rafael Sunsao, with Dominic Cruz, of course, you're kind of looking for top contenders to get in there. And the fact that these two, were right there at the top of the division, but training in the same gym and couldn't match up, that was a problem. Now you don't have that barrier anymore. So, I don't know how soon we'll see it, but I think we'll definitely see that fight.
Well, let's go from speculation to a report right now. There is some word coming out that Fedor Emelianenko's opponent, when he does compete in Japan, will be Jaideep Singh. I mean, John, I'll be honest with you. I don't want to watch this fight if that's actually going to be his opponent, but at the same time, I'm going to watch it. It's Fedor.
Yeah, that's it. It's Fedor Emelianenko. I think it's a little bit disappointing for most people, but to be honest, we probably all should have known that this was coming. This is Japan. This is New Year's Eve. I mean, Fedor's nearing 40 years old now. He hasn't been in the cage or a ring in a couple of years, and so this is a chance for him. I don't want to say a warm-up fight, so to speak, but yeah, kind of an opportunity to just get back in the mix, make a nice little paycheck, and really just put on more of an exhibition, almost I don't want to say a freak show fight, but hey, I mean, if you're going to do it, Japan on New Year's Eve is the time to do it. So, yeah, I mean, competitively, I don't think it's going to tell us anything. I mean, that's the issue I guess I have, is that once this fight is over, we're really still not going to know what Fedor has left in the tank because we're not seeing him tested against a top opponent. But, hey, we're all going to tune in. It's Fedor, it's New Year's Eve, Japan. Of course we're going to watch.
And speaking of guys who haven't been in the cage or in the ring for a long time, Wanderlei Silva. My question to you, though, John, is, are we really paying enough attention to what he's doing outside of the cage or outside of competition with these lawsuits and the whole discovery process that could take place with him, quote unquote, saying the UFC's fight fixing things and the whole Vitor Belfort report? I mean, I think I'm going to be paying a little bit more attention here.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting position and a great question, Joe. I think maybe we should. To me, I think the one that was kind of eye-opening for me was recently I've been talking to John Fitch, and man, he makes some great points about things that could happen, ways to better the labor situation in the industry. But I'll be honest, when he first started making these points after he had just gotten out of the UFC, I kind of thought, this guy's got sour grapes, man. He's just pissed off at the UFC, and now he's just going to say whatever he can to kind of ruffle some feathers. But now that time has passed, I see some of the salient points he's making. It's like, wow, you know what? There is some wisdom to be learned here. I think Wanderlei Silva, there's a little bit of the same thing going on. It's kind of a jilted kind of person for a little bit. And the other thing, too, is I don't think he's been doing himself a lot of favors with just kind of the over-the-top, like pro wrestling-esque, videos in the dungeon basement, black and white rock music, all this stuff. So that part of it, I think, has made his message a little bit garbled, to be honest with you. But, hey, as he's getting re-examined here, as his case is being reopened, kind of, so to speak, and we see what's going to happen moving forward, maybe we should. I mean, I don't think the UFC's fight fixing. I think that was one that was a little bit ridiculous. He said he had proof. I haven't seen any proof of that. That one I think was a little bit over the top. But as far as an insight of a guy that's been in the industry, seen it from all sides, seen it from all angles, you certainly could do worse in trying to find a spokesperson.
Well, John, never in my career did I ever think I would use the name Cher in my mixed martial arts coverage or just covering MMA, but Cher tweeted, retweeted, did something for Nick Diaz to her millions and millions of followers. I mean, I was shocked when I saw that. I was, smiling ear to ear as well. But I mean, give me your thoughts when you saw that take place. Wow.
It is ridiculous. It is wild. It's like, what in the hell am I? Cher? I mean, come on. Why is she tweeting about Nick Diaz? I guess it just goes to show you anything can happen out there in mixed martial arts. The petition is over 70,000 signatures now. I don't think that's going to get anything done. I don't think President Barack Obama is going to see a petition come across his desk and say, you know what, here's a presidential order right now, Nick Diaz, let's see you back in the cage. But it is intriguing to see just how much support Nick Diaz has garnished. And, hopefully it's at least makes the NSA sit back and think, wow, everybody on this thing is on the opposite side of us. Maybe we did overstep our bounds. Maybe our intentions were good. Maybe we thought we were doing the right thing. But in seeing the groundswell of support from everybody in the industry and even Cher, maybe we made a mistake. Maybe we need to go back and revisit this thing.
John, as always, thank you very much for your time. Looking forward to catching up with you soon.
Always a pleasure, man.